Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this episode of Mark's Garage. And we are here today with my 2024 Triumph Scrambler 400X. This has been a terrific motorcycle and I have had the opportunity to add a number of accessories. And what I want to talk about is something that I added a couple of months ago, but I did not do a story on it. And it is the upper engine bars. And as I was thinking about it, while overall the installation of those bars is not too difficult, there are some very critical steps and important tips that I thought I would share with you today in the event that you in fact want to go ahead and install upper engine bars. I know this will be very helpful to you. So, thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am trying to grow my channel here on YouTube, so if you have a chance to subscribe, please do. If you can share this with friends or family members or others who have an interest in motorsports and motorcycles and power sports, please do that. So, without further ado, let's get into some of these tips on the upper engine bars. Triumph recommends that you support your motorcycle, and I found that the wheel chock on my bike stand works great. You could also leave it on the floor if you have a wheel chock. Because you need to support the engine underneath, I found that a scissors lift like the one shown here is perfect for this kind of a support. Having a wood block on top of the scissor lift that kind of mirrors the size of the skid plate is a good idea, because you don't want to be lifting on any other part. You're trying to support the engine. And so I found that the brackets that attach to the skid plate are just ample enough to support this lifting procedure. I wanted to share with you a couple other ways that you can keep your motorcycle secure and upright while you are doing the upper engine bar install. So this here is a wheel chock. And I've got one mounted on the bike lift, but this is one you can use in your garage. Move it anywhere. You can actually bolt it to a trailer as well, but this is made by Condor, and this works out really good if you need to do that. And then secondly, if you don't have one of those, but you have a bike lift, I happen to have this KTM bike lift, and with the proper lift, these L brackets right here, you're able to go ahead. Let's walk over to the Triumph and I will show you on the 400X. So you have your swing arms right here, and there's a nice flat spot on the right side underneath, and there's just enough room on the left side. There is a little fixing point, but you can get that L bracket just in front of that. And you've got a couple of nice lift points there, so that can also work. A bike lift stand, that can also work. So there's a couple more tips for you on lifting and securing your motorcycle. This is the front engine mount fastener. It's a through bolt. It goes all the way through, and you only want to take one of the engine mount bolts out at one time. Here's the other side showing the nut of that through bolt. Supporting the engine is a really important thing, because this bolt right here, when you take that out, the engine can drop a little bit. Mine actually dropped about 1/16 of an inch, but no worries. I just cranked on that scissor lift a little bit and got everything back aligned. So just keep that in mind. This is a pic of the upper bolt that fastens to the frame, and there's a blanking plug, one on each side, that you remove, and then there's a spacer and a bolt. This is very easy to do. Here's a schematic of the upper engine bar kit, fairly simple. You can see the long through bolt and a nut, and then for the upper you have the two spacers and the shorter bolts. All right, we want to talk a little bit about tightening torques for the upper engine bars. So this upper bolt with the spacer right here, that gets torqued to 18.5 Newton meters, all right? And then the lower engine bar bolt, which is that through bolt, goes all the way through. Okay, it goes all the way through to this other side right there. You tighten that to 51 Newton meters. Now, a tip for you, you want to make sure that you have a socket or a wrench on both sides, because that is a through bolt. That will turn a little bit. So make sure you get a socket and wrench on both sides of that, and then you'll be all set, and you'll want to use a torque wrench. 51 Newton meters. All right, well, there you have it. Thank you for tuning in and watching this episode of Mark's Garage, learning a little bit about what I experienced with the installation of the upper engine bars. Hope that was very helpful for you. And the key thing, just to repeat that, is you want to support the engine underneath so that when you take out that front engine bolt, the long bolt, it's going to have a tendency to want to drop just a little bit. So you need to support that. And that's the key thing. Make sure you get your torque values correct, and you're going to be just fine. I love having these upper engine bars. I think they're just terrific. They provide a little bit of extra protection in the case of a tip over, and I think you're really going to like them. I think they're reasonably priced as well. We'll put a link in the description about that. Thanks again for tuning in, and as always, and until next time, take care.